Hi fellow YouTubers, it's me back again with another one of my Hero Quest videos. This is the next quest in the series. This is the second quest. It's actually quest 3, but as I said in the previous video, quest 1 is just a way of getting used to the mechanics of the game, so I don't bother with that one. So although it's got quest 3 written on it, it's actually the second main quest. This is Lair of the Orc Warlord. Not as many rooms and that as the last quest, but it's a lot harder to do this one. So that is the map layout for the actual board, and as usual I've used the Dwarven Forge stuff, and I'll show you the overview of the dungeon. As you can see, it is very similar to the actual map. So we'll start up in the entrance. This is the first room. This is where the heroes enter. Come in through the steps. There's the normal 4 heroes: the wizard, dwarf, the elf and the barbarian. In this room there's a cupboard with some books on it. There might be some helpful stuff in there, and also some empty pots and another pot with something in. Moving into the next room, it starts to get a bit more interesting. In here we have 4 goblins, 2 with spears and 2 with bows, so they can fire at you as you're coming through the door, so it's probably best to try and get to them first. You've got a big table in the middle of the room, and over in the corner you've got some crates with some goodies in. They manage to get through this room. They go into this one, slightly harder. In the corner you've got a fireplace with the fire roaring away. You've got an orc warrior in the corner and 2 lizard men, one behind the door and one in front of it. Coming through, you've got a choice of going 2 ways. You can either go left or right. So we'll go over to the left first. So as they move along up this corridor, there's some sacks of grain, and a bit further up the corridor, right at the end, is an orc archer. So he's a slightly different character this time for this game, so he can fire straight along here and attack them as they're running up towards him. Managed to take him out. Move into this next little room. In the corner is a weapons rack. Maybe there's some special weapons hidden in there. There's also guarding it there's a lizard man there and an orc warrior. So that's it for that little corner. So they have to come back down the corridor, round the corner, and they go off this way. There's a dead end at the end there, so they have to go through this doorway. It's only a small little room. It's got 2 orc warriors inside it, and another sack of grain there. And then they have to go through this door into a slightly larger room, and you have a goblin behind the door, an orc in the front, another cabinet, another goblin warrior guarding that, and a sack of grain again. Going through into the next room, you have loads of sacks of grain in the corner. Might need that to replenish your health for what's coming up. And in this room you have 3 orc warriors standing by a roaring fire, and the lizard man. Moving on into the next room, you have an orc in the corner. You have a goblin, another goblin. You have a chaos warrior guarding the table. You have a pool of water in the middle, which can be used for something special to happen. And in this room is the orc warlord himself. Very powerful. He uses magic. So if you manage to get past him, go in through this door. There's 2 Chaos Warriors in this room, guarding some crates and a treasure chest. So there you go, that's the second quest. As you can agree, it's a lot harder. I'll now show you a couple of different characters that I've used in this one. Here is an orc archer. Obviously different because he can fire from long range. Also, we have 3 of these Chaos Warriors. Do have slightly different weapons. This one's got a sword. This one has an axe. And the other one has a sword as well. And also, the special character in this game, this is the Orc Warlord. Nice painting on these. Some of them are painted, but most of them I didn't. So he's the main special character you've got to find out, search out and kill. There you go. Next quest in HEROQUEST. Let me know what you think. Again, it's all Dwarven Forge gear I've used. This wasn't actually in the map, as you can see. It's just a room with a table in it. But I thought I'd add something like that, just to break it up a bit more and give another element to the game. It might be healing waters, or something could spurt out of the water. Depends what I feel like when I'm playing it. So there's the next quest. So a few more harder characters to fight against. Obviously when you're playing the game you don't get to see all this. You only see one room at a time. So you might come into this room and you won't see any of this until you open the door. When you open the door you build this bit and put it all in, and so on and so on. But I'm just showing you what it looks like when it's all complete. Give you a little preview of the next one. A lot more involved in this one. This one's called Prince Magnus's Gold. There's a hint there of what you've got to look for. And again there is another key figure in here that you've got to find and kill. I'll tell you about that when you get to it. All those little orange squares you can see there, they're traps. So there's varying traps throughout the dungeon. As you can see with this one, there's just the one pit trap, which is right up there by that. So you can end up killing this guy and then running over to the chest without checking for traps, and you go straight down a pit trap. There might be various other ones that I add to the game, because after playing it a few times people get to know exactly what's going to happen and what the dungeons look like, so I try and vary it a bit from game to game. Add a few more monsters here and there, a few more little traps. So until my next video, thanks for watching. This is me signing out. Catch you guys later.